Did you guys know that every Shakespeare play starts with a very raucous scene to get the crowd quieted down and get their attention? I think that's true. You can tell me wrong later. Okay, I'm John Kansky. I'm the CEO of the Indiana Health Information Exchange, but I'm also chair of the eHealth Exchange Coordinating Committee, which is why I drew the short straw or long straw to kick off the day, depending on how you want to look at it. So with that, I will be up here no longer than a couple of minutes. I'm going to do these sort of why are we here, and then a little bit of explanation of coordinating committee, and then a little bit of explanation of eHealth Exchange board, and then I'm going to hand it over to our fearless leader, Jay Nakashima. So why are we here? Purpose of this meeting, which we all greatly appreciate you traveling for, whether it was merely through DC traffic or from California, or Hawaii for that matter, where you think it's the middle of the night right now. We want to come together at least once a year as a group of people that have in common our belief in the value and utility of eHealth Exchange, and to spend some time talking about the progress that's being made. And this has been the coordinating committee met this morning, and one of the things that we were talking about was how much important activity there's been related to the eHealth Exchange in the past 12 months, and how important it is that we enable everyone here and all participants in the network to understand what's going on and get any information that they need to feel informed. Industry trends, incredibly important in terms of its impact on eHealth Exchange, what direction it should go, what direction it is going, whether that's federal regulation or some of the things that we're able to do with the other networks to increase interoperability nationally. And then finally, the path ahead, which we're very interested in input from the participation and informing. So, coordinating committee, I've said that a couple of times. I do not want to assume, I apologize if I'm insulting anybody's intelligence, but I do not want to assume. How many people this is the first time to the annual meeting? Okay, a lot of people. Okay, so I'm not going to assume you know that there is a coordinating committee and what it does. So let me take an attempt at explaining this concisely. So the purpose that there is a coordinating committee. It has its purpose is to govern the eHealth Exchange network. There is also, and that's been around since the inception, since before the eHealth Exchange was called the eHealth Exchange, and it is given its definition and its authority by the DIRSA. And Jay, Steve, you'll keep me honest if I say anything that's incorrect. So the DIRSA, we've all signed as participants, defines the coordinating committee, gives it its authority, and decisions about who gets, for example, participant eligibility, operating policies and procedures, specifications, and plans are all the purview of the coordinating committee. Meanwhile, in the last year, the eHealth Exchange as and this is where's Steve? I always get nervous talking in front of attorneys. Yeah, that good. No kidding. The eHealth Exchange is now its separate incorporated entity. Therefore, it's required that it has a board. There is a board of the eHealth Exchange that is more responsible for budgets and corporate governance. So network, governed by the coordinating committee and has been since its inception, and because of the recent incorporation of eHealth Exchange as a separate, specific entity, it has a board. So this is the membership of the coordinating committee, and as there's many of these members that are present today, and if I could just, without making a big deal, ask you to stand up if you're a member of the coordinating committee, because you guys do a lot of important, all right, thank you, gang, I appreciate it. It is not the most glamorous job in the world, but it is a very important job, and we so appreciate the work that's done there. I also want to, just to try and emphasize and explain the difference, the eHealth Exchange Board is not a large group, but those eHealth Exchange Board members, if you would kind of like give a wave, that Matt and Debbie Condry in the back, myself, Bill Howard, where was Bill waving? There's Bill. And then Pam Matthews and Davidson James, who were not able to travel. I didn't miss anybody, did I?